Yeah, what is up, my people? Feel like Don Cornelius, or like maybe one of those. I could start rattling off names, but just the guys, some of my favorite jazz musicians from the late '60s. You know, that was the Modern Jazz Quartet with blues in C minor. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You gotta love vibes, man. Check that out. If you don't know what vibes are, there's a vibraphone. That's what's taking the lead instrument right there. This makes me think about sitting back with a good, cold adult beverage, maybe curling up with a book, or maybe in a nice lounge with a good cigar and a cognac or something. Just kicking back with men, you know, talking about stuff, or maybe ladies too. I like having conversation with mature females, you know. We can kick things around, get a little elevated, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that was the Modern Jazz Quartet, one of my favorite. So, happy Texas Independence Day, everybody. And so, I'm sporting some of my stuff. This is my motorcycle riding cut. And it's got my my tag there, Thundercat, which I used to go by on this channel. But I found out a couple of things, and I think I've explained this before in earlier videos, that there's a cat bass player or whatever. He calls himself Thundercat or whatever, and he's got a bunch of followers. And I found out that he was starting to get copyright strikes from the people who actually copywrote the Thundercats, the actual cartoon. So I've already been in trouble with YouTube enough, so I was like, okay, I gotta abandon that. Even though when I ride motorcycles, everybody still knows me as the Thundercat. When I go to gigs, a lot of my friends still call me the Thundercat, not just Thundercat. And so that tag still sticks around, even though this channel is the Maddhooter channel. Which for many reasons I went with the Maddhooter thing. Because of the Saints, and I'm a Hoodat. Everybody's Hoodat for life. So anyway, there's that. And I had to get away from the Thundercat title, which could open a whole door to the discussion of how YouTube is censoring people. And this video, because of what I'm about to talk about, is probably going to get shut down. I'll probably get another strike. With as far as YouTube is going with censoring people, and they said, oh, well, we made a mistake, and right wing, and we're doing all this, and whatever. You're not fooling me. You're obviously going after people who aren't way over to the left, and I mean way over to the left. You got to be way left for them to accept your content at all. So anyway, it is Texas Independence Day, and I've always carried my come and take it patch, and I got my Second Amendment patch on the back. Homeland Security. If you don't know what this is, maybe I can get that in a shot. If you don't know, see all that stuff behind me on the wall? Can you get some of those Chinese flags and all that? I've been studying martial arts most of my life. I think I got really involved when I was 12. And this is a Shaolin Do patch from the thing. I've been in Shaolin system, which is obviously Chinese Kung Fu. I've been into that. 13 years, something like that. And acquired ranks and all that stuff. And I've had to go in and out from injuries and things like that. And sometimes life gets in the way of your training. But anyway, that's what that is. It's a Shaolin Do patch. So anyway, Texas Independence Day. I don't want to get on with it too far, but I live not too far away from where all this come and take it stuff happened. So there's a lot of, some people really get wound up, and they start talking about guns and things like that, which just by me saying that is probably going to get this video flagged and I'll get attacked. But what can I say? Screw it. If YouTube comes after me again, because they already demonetized me, even though when I started this channel, I was able to be demonetized and they made me a partner almost immediately. I think I had maybe 4 or 5 videos out, and they weren't really much. It was me just talking trash and maybe some motorcycle stuff. And then as I went on, I actually started developing some watchers, and they had monetized my videos, and I actually had some money in my account. Now, it wasn't a lot, but they decided to, like, as soon as they changed, I guess it was about a year ago, they changed their monetization and their terms of service, and boom, not only they took my money, but then they flagged my channel. And that's why I kind of stopped making videos. I was like, well, what the hell? If I can't talk about what I want to talk about, what's the point? And YouTube was about it at that point. It was pretty much all there was if you wanted to get any traffic. But since then, BitChute has come up, Gab has come up, Minds, which I love. Follow me on Minds. You can find me on Minds at Maddhooter. Easy. There's also my personal channel. I'm on there. Minds. Abe Combest. You can't dox me because I'm doxing myself. I'll give you my address. Come on over. Whatever your intentions are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to hang, we'll hang. We'll talk. I got no problem. If you want to get rowdy, we can do that too. Get your little Antifa buddies and come on down. I really don't care. I live in the middle of town, so you're not going to raise much hell at my house anyway. So, there's that. So yeah, my channel got flagged. All of that happened, and so you can find me. Minds, Gab. I'm on Gab, Maddhooter. I'm probably gonna, because this is gonna probably be the death knell to my YouTube channel. But I'll be going over to Gab, BitChute, Minds. Some of the other YouTube guys, they don't want to give up yet. Andy Worski, Sargon of Akkad, just everybody, Hard Bastard, Hard News Network. These are all people that I love. And I especially love Styx Hexenhammer 666. His channel, if you don't know it, go check him out. Give him a follow, all of that. I really enjoy Styx because he has a good way of sort of saying most of the things that I usually think, and he's got a good way of verbalizing it, and he's got a good way of sort of reading what's going on with the political spectrum, especially when it comes to election process. He's pretty doggone accurate. Anyway, he's going on to Minds and BitChute, even though he's still doing his YouTube channel. He said he seems to think that he's going to wait it out and stick around as long as he can, and if he has to bail, he has to bail. But he's also got himself set up, Minds, BitChute, that kind of thing. He's also from the beginning not used any of the monetization for YouTube, so he's like, oh, you want to demonetize me? I don't care. And that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing, where I haven't been monetizing my channel and I don't really care, because I want to be able to say whatever without having somebody, oh, you can't say that, or what, this is offensive, or whatever. If you think my channel's offensive, flag me or whatever. The long story short is you're not going to shut me up, and you're not going to shut my friends up either, because we're just going to find another platform. Now, I know that eventually these people that do the hosting for like Gab, or they're putting pressure on having their IPs pulled, and basically kicking them out. They really want to shut everyone up that isn't them, which leads me to the main part of my conversation. And everybody wants to make this thing about guns and this stuff. It's way bigger than that. The picture is everybody, they're honing in on these little things and they want to fight over this little stuff. That's not what it is. The whole thing is a draconian power grab. They want power. And that's why they section themselves off into little groups. You know, you got your gays, you got your lesbians, you know, and then they got LGBT, you know, those are all pushing, they're trying to create this group. And then you got your blacks and you got your oppressed blacks and then you got, oh, but you can't be, if you're a conservative black male, you are pushed way back because no, we got to have the whole thing. It's like, it's a process. It's the Marxist process of first we got to propagandize everybody. Then we got to disarm everybody. Once we've disarmed everybody, then we can really go in for the big power grab to where now we can socially organize everybody and stack everybody up to where there's nobody is oppressed. But I hate to tell you, once you start doing that, you start oppressing people. I mean, it just people, you start like, what? Because I'm Native American and Irish or whatever, I got to be at the back of this list, and my kids have to do this, and they can't get to college because some other person's got to do. It's already happening. I mean, my daughters are taking advantage of it actually, because they're trying to go to Ivy League schools, and they're gonna get a good shot because they're female, one, and they're black. So there's people that call me racist. I'm like, dude, no, I am not. Not even close. In fact, I care so little about race. Like I tell people, yeah, Choctaw and Irish, that's my background. But I can't say that I'm proud to be Irish or proud to be Choctaw or whatever because I had nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with my skin tone. And people love to just, oh, well, as a black man or as a blah, 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 you know, or as a gay, um, gay, lesbian, transgender, gender fluid, black, Irish, whatever, you know, just all these titles. Get rid of the titles. Just be Dave or Matthew or Susie or whatever. Just be that. That's the one thing but even though I didn't have a choice, my father gave me the name Abraham. Am I proud of it? I can't be proud of my name, but I'm Abe. I'm just Abe. That's it. I don't fall in any identity group. I'm not gonna wear your little hat and say we're fighting for the oppression of blah 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 blah. No. We are all oppressed human beings on some level. So if we just boom, level the playing field right there, we're all oppressed in some sort of way. So what are we going to do about it? All that we can do is wake up each day and try to make a difference within yourself. Just like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. What are you prepared to do today to make a difference? And it drives me crazy when people say, oh, well, you know, because of slavery and America built their... It's like, bullshit, dude. Yes, those things happened and they were terrible. Awful. But you weren't alive during Jim Crow days. Chances are. So when are we going to move on? Yes. Texas. Okay, let's get to the Texas independence thing. Mexicans were trying to take back over Texas, and people say, oh, well, because they were Mexican and they were blah, blah, blah. No, you don't understand. The Mexican army was trying to come through, and they were raping and pillaging and burning shit the fuck down. The right people won when we won Texas. Because these people were terrible. And it was about control, control. And Texas was like, we don't want your control. We want to have our own thing. So it doesn't take much to see the Marxist philosophy that has just oozed over Western society since the turn of the 20th century. And it spread. And every time communist Russia spread, guess what? Hundreds of millions of people died. Communist China, they tried it. They tried this, everybody's going to be equal and everybody's going to... It doesn't work. People die because people just want to be, overall, left alone. That's the human nature that you can't get rid of. And that's the whole postmodernism thing that is part of the ooze. And it's like the blob. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger until something takes it out. The blob is a perfect metaphor for the whole thing. And they do this, they spread the ooze by saying empathy, empathy, empathy. You don't have enough, and boy has it been, these people, maybe they're not the majority, but they are loud as hell. And they're all over the place. Oh, just go on Facebook and start some mess. Start talking to these people. First of all, you get hit with the ad hominem attacks. White boy philosophy, and so somebody that I used to have tremendous amount of respect for pulled this white boy mentality shit on me, and it just made my blood boil, because I'm like, dude, your philosophy, you are pushing your Marxist garbage on me, and especially because these whining about slavery and how the oppression. I was like, and I asked him straight out, I was like, well, what are we going to do about it? If we need to heal because of the Civil War, how do we do that? What do we do? Should we grovel on our hands and knees? Beg for forgiveness? What are we supposed to do? What are you going to do? And they never have any answers. They're just like, oh, well, you're just a piece of trash because how dare you try to corner me for a fucking answer? And I'm getting really... I have to step back and say, look, and I try to maintain my cool, but the problem is you can't have a conversation with these people. You cannot debate them. You can't ask them questions because you're getting in the way of their ooze. It's like molasses on a cold day, just slowly taking over. And that's one of the things is like, people say, oh, it's the whole postmodernism thing. Like, oh, well, flags and, you guys, Obama said it himself. Bitter clingers, their Bibles and their guns. Are there crazy snake handling nut job Christians out there? Yes, but they are a small sector of those people. Just like the KKK is a tiny thing. They have almost no influence. But you give them influence when you put this whole Charlottesville thing. They're like, blood and soul of blood. It's like, I'm like, great, thank you. Thank you for showing me where the retards are. Because there they are. But then the Antifa comes and like, oh, more retards. They're just a different flavor. So this whole postmodernism thing, they're like, oh, well, American flags and blah, blah, blah. And this is one of the things, like, I love George Carlin, but George Carlin was wrong when he said, I don't get all choked up about symbols and I leave symbolism to the simple-minded. Which I used to believe. I was like, yeah, it's kind of dumb. But that's the postmodernism thing, hitting you in the head, going, you aren't supposed to believe in anything. And flags are important. And let me explain why. When we're trying to have a civilization, especially one that is diverse as America, where we got Irish, natives, German, whatever, what have you. The flag is the idea, the reminder of the idea that, hey, in the long run, we are supposed to be in this together. 50 states, the 13 colonies. It's not about colonialism. It's not that. When I hear that argument, it's so stupid. Every civilization ever on the face of the fucking earth has colonized in some kind of way. And most of it involved killing somebody. So don't just wave your thing and say, well, it's America. You know, the American imperialism thing. We've been asked to protect people. Other countries have begged us, like Israel. They're like, would you please help us keep the Islamic State off of our back? And I don't believe in world policing, but that's part of it. So when we can say, we can look at the flag and like, okay, individual liberty, cool. You know, personal freedom, capitalism in its purest sense is what we're supposed to be. That's supposed to be the agreement, the Constitution. That's the thing that we're supposed to be agreeing on. Now, if you want to come here and start changing that, then we've got problems. That's when we start getting this. And it's either going to be peaceful through conversation and debate, or things are going to wind up getting out of control. If you disarm the people, guess what? Or if you attempt to disarm the people, especially in America, it's not going to be good. They don't understand that people aren't going to give up the freedom and the right to protect their family, to protect themselves, and to protect their country, what they believe in, the thing that we're supposed to believe in. The whole reason that America became America in the first place, a country. That's what this. Stop arguing with people about, oh, it's the guns. No, go straight to the ideology. Oh, you don't believe in anything. That's what you tell them. What do you believe in? They believe in all these oppression Olympics crap. Oh, this person is more oppressed than that because this happened and that. It doesn't take, I mean, the most pedestrian knowledge of history. You should be able to say, this Marxist crap, and what happens is every time it fails, they keep slapping a different title on it. You know, democratic socialism or whatever. It doesn't work. You're not going to socially organize people, especially 350 million of us, and have it work. It's just not going to work. I don't care. You can argue, well, we can take money from the rich and we give it to... No, you're not. No, you're not. It's not going to work. I hate to break it to you, but the fighting spirit that lies within human beings, we're still apes. We're primates. See it? Opposable thumbs. Primates. And by instinct, we will have our own tribes, cliques, things. And if your tribe isn't willing to get along with our tribe, there's going to be problems. It's that simple. And especially if you have tribes that were pushing onto others that have a completely different viewpoint. And that's the difference. When you have people that are individualists, okay, the individual versus the collective. That's what we're talking about here. Individuals can coexist as long as we're protecting the individual right. When you start protecting a collective right, it starts becoming impossible because each person within that collective, deep within in their human spirit, they want their individual thing. And then they start eating each other. And like I always say, socialism is a great diet plan. It's a fantastic diet plan. So when you see these people, you have to tell them you're wrong. You are rooting for people to die. You either believe in the individual or you believe in the collective. If you believe in the collective, you need to We'll either have a civil conversation or you need to back away from me. Because I see it as a threat. I see it as a threat to human beings, lives, and my individual liberty. And I know people go, oh, well, look at him. He's my liberty. Blah, blah. You know, they love to make fun of that. Because it's a joke to them because they want a collective. They want to be the Borg. They want to be where we are all equal and we have non-gender, non-binary clothing and we do. Human beings don't operate that way. And that's why you see them all, the social justice warriors, which I don't go after because it's like low-hanging fruit. They're just pawns in this whole thing. You know, they all have, different colored hair that goes that way, and they've got, all the stuff in their ears, and they're just filling out the uniform. They might as well be wearing, 1940s Socialist Party outfits. It's the same thing. But you can't tell, they can't get it through their head. So maybe we need to have stronger arguments. I don't know. But we definitely need to confront them and tell them we're not putting up with it. Especially when it's oozing. The ooze has already overtaken our school system. The Marxist postmodernism thing. You don't have to be Christian or whatever. You don't even have to be a theist. But that atheism thing, it's part of the ooze. Because they don't have there's nothing else for them to develop their moral center on. And that's why they're so big on calling people like me immoral. Well, you don't have empathy and you are immoral because of you don't want this and okay. Classic projection. So anyway, that's where I'm at on Independence Day today. I was gonna lean more towards a gun argument, but I figure, what's the point? Because that's not that's arguing over it's a minor detail than looking at the big picture of what our problem is. Western society should be saved for everybody. No other system has ever pulled as many people out of poverty as Western civilization. Have there been bad things? Yes. Do we still need some work? Absolutely. But we do need to save Western civilization. And I know people will call me an alarmist or whatever. Go ahead. But I feel strongly about it, and I want my children to feel free to roam about without having somebody attack them because of their skin color or because of their beliefs. Get it? Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Maybe I'll keep elaborating, making more videos about it. So to figure out where I'm coming from, read Carl Jung, Gulag Archipelago. Blew my mind. I was like, oh, it was like a giant red pill falling on my head. I just got done with Stefan Molyneux book, and sometimes Stefan, he does stuff, and I'm like, he's a little, he's really hard on the welfare state thing, which is fine, that's his opinion, but he just had this book that I read called The Art of the Argument. He makes some good strong points on like how in a debate you should present yourself and watch the tactics of other people. It's worth a read. Jordan Peterson, obviously. I've been following Jordan Peterson for years, and it's funny that all of a sudden now he's this big deal. But he probably should have been a bigger deal before, but now people are like waking up. And, he's really passionate about it. So, that is where I'm at. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell. Get on board. And also, leave your comments down below. Maybe I'll get to them, maybe I don't. But I always appreciate you guys having that conversation down there. Let me know what you think. So, until next time, I am the Maddhooter. Defend the faith.